Now I get to turn it over to Andrew Caldwell and Adam Stein, who are going to do a Q&A for us to tell us a little bit more about R3SOLV and all of the things that they do as a company and as a cloud-supported company, including infrastructure virtualization and the always important security. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Andrew. Hi, Andrew.
Hey, how are you doing? I want to start off with a quote. We can't solve our problems with the same thinking that we use when creating them. I put that at the bottom of my signature because that's probably my favorite quote that I have. It really ties together what R3SOLV does. I think that any IT professional really needs to take those words and really stop and think when it comes to today's technologies. IT, doing the same thing constantly is what leads to nightmares down the road with our customers. You walk into a small shop, they've got Windows XP desktops that are running. The IT director's got a Exchange 2007 implementation running in his basement, and he thinks it's good for them, right? You would like to think that they're on top of their game in technology because they read Wired magazine or watch Linus Tech Tips on YouTube. But the truth is, small businesses either don't care about their IT because it functions just fine, or they have a trusted IT service provider that they lean on to show them what to do next. What to do next is really where R3SOLV comes in. We're a company that was formed initially as a managed service provider for large publicly traded companies, such as an oil and gas telecommunication company, a global web conferencing service software company. We made the right partnerships at the right time and used our technology prowess to really take hold of the cloud market. Partnering with IBM during their acquisition of SoftLayer, it afforded us the opportunity to do things that nobody else at the time was doing. We leveraged EMC software-defined storage services within IBM's cloud. At the times, the only real offerings were Quanta Storage appliances or NetApp. That's one of the main things that we were able to present at EMC World. We've designed and implemented virtual desktop solutions spanning across 250 branches in the United States. Utilizing Hyper-V, RDS services, thin clients, we were able to empower a relatively small business to better maintain their endpoints, shrinking their hardware footprint from 5 workstations at every 250 branch to a single one-use server. Removing the headache of day-to-day employee interactions with, my desktop died or I accidentally spilled my coffee all over my tower. That kind of stuff was stopped when we helped implement that. So R3SOLV is taking these next generation software-defined technologies normally reserved for large enterprises and tailoring them to fit the small and medium business space, where it matters the most. Enterprise level solutions at a small medium business price point. Small and medium businesses power the United States, the power of small. I don't know about everyone here watching this, but I'd much rather go to the local pizza joint down the road than hit up a Pizza Hut for pizza, right? And sorry if anybody from Pizza Hut's watching. But it gives me like a sense of pride when I go to work in the morning to know that I'm actually doing something, making a difference with companies rather than just helping a large company make more and more revenue. Working with our nonprofits, one of our largest customers is a church in South Carolina. We're able to empower them and build out solutions for them to help safeguard their 4,500 member church, all of their personal information, identification information. We've built a hyper-converged solution for them that runs their web servers and application and database servers. They can grow when the church grows and without throwing money at useless, underutilized hardware. R3SOLV at its core is really about the workspace, more so virtualizing and securing it. We need to give our companies the ability, we need to give our employees at the companies the ability to work from anywhere on any device at any time securely. That's the key. While maintaining the same kind of employee flexibility that they need to do their job. Utilizing private file sharing services rather than Dropbox or OneDrive, encrypting at rest and in flight, sharing documents in a Dropbox-like environment, with having a custom URL to be able to access it from the internet. That's what a workspace is to us. On the back end of the workspace, you've got servers, application, database. It can all be virtualized in a lean and efficient manner. Hyperconvergence to us is the future. Virtualization's matured, and software-defined really changes the game. If we now have a platform that allows us to decouple software features from hardware and run them as virtual machines in an extensible platform, it gives us the opportunity to benefit from the promise of technology convergence. That's what makes hybrid cloud truly possible and affordable. Moving operations closer to the CPU to finally utilize its full power and potential not only benefits transaction time, but it simplifies IT. So with cloud comes the fears about security, and we've got that covered. Offering a total portfolio of solutions like endpoint protection, mobile threat prevention, sandblast, whereas zero-day threat remediation and extraction, network prevention, all these things in and of themselves are great and are critical aspects of security that are powerful. But you tie in our SIM service that's monitored 24/7 by a dedicated security operations center. That's what sets us apart. Log parsing, file integrity monitoring. It's the benefit of all those technologies working together to really make something secure. At the end of the day, anybody can build out an RDS server. Anybody can sell you a firewall, or go out and buy a Dell server and throw Hyper-V on it and virtualize your environment, right? But it's the act of bringing the right technologies together and making the magic of working them in sync. I'm reminded of a Dell campaign called Magic that Jeffrey writes in, and if anybody's ever seen Westworld, he plays Bernard. You've probably seen it where he's on stage and he talks about these large companies. I watch this every once in a while. My wife always wondering why I'm so obsessed with a TV commercial about computers, right? But the fact is, in that brief 60-second commercial, he talks about the magic of bringing companies like VMware, VirtuStream, EMC, SecureWorks all together under one roof and one name, Dell. Well, to small and medium businesses, Resolve is that one name. So at 10:30, I'm going to be doing a small recap of what we do, as well as digging in a little deeper on one of our core technology partners that powers our solution. They give us the ability to offer SSD-like performance out of spinning disk, the ability to build out custom hyperconverged solutions and platforms with tiered storage, that we're able to leverage our partners' next-generation technologies to add value to our solution, whether it be downsizing a properly sized terminal and server environment, because we can now pack more users onto a single server, or enabling always-on premise infrastructure without the fear of stands degrading or even worse, going down entirely. So, in today's IT managed service space, service providers really need to have something to set them apart from everywhere else. And I think that Resolve has that piece of the puzzle figured out. So it's pretty much us in a nutshell.
Great. Thank you, Andrew. I had a question for you.
Absolutely.
I was curious to know, the process with Resolve. I understand that there would be a lot of hesitation to maybe go into something without a lot of support, but that Resolve probably brings to the table the ability to work with you and your team to have that kind of support and resources from your company.
Yeah, absolutely. So, like I said, we started off as working with large enterprises, right? So we've built the right operations center to be able to run and support large companies. I mean, but we'd like to work with small businesses, but we can work with large companies and still offer the support because we leverage our partners' support behind them. So, we're tier 1, tier 2 support. If an issue arises that we can't solve and our engineers can't figure out, we've got all of our partners on platinum standby, ready to go, and we can initiate a ticket and take care of things in no time.
Great. And one more question for you. I'm curious to know where Resolve is headquartered.
I don't know if you can see, but that is the background of Atlanta. So I'm right inside the perimeter of Atlanta. Our office is in Lawrenceville, not too far from the metro area.
Well, it is a beautiful view, so thank you for joining us this morning.
Yeah, absolutely. I look forward to 10:30.
Yes, so 10:30 you'll be presenting, and we will see you then.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you.